It was originally a traveler's rest.
Okay.
And that part of it over there wasn't there. It was built in 1853. You know, there was a lot of people here.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the main room. It was one big room where the bedroom is now. And this was open. This was a kitchen. This was the bar right here. So I just imagine all the miners and everybody sitting there at tables. And they're playing cards and they're drinking whiskey and they're spitting in the spittoon. And there's a honky tonk piano. And that's how I envision it. Yeah, well, there was other people in between, and I always forget that part. An argument with somebody, and he was at the front door, but on the porch, outside of the house, and he was shot there fatally. And you got the pain in your stomach, so maybe that's where that takes a while. Yeah.
So you could just go ahead and tell us about any paranormal experiences you've had or heard of.
The one, like Ralph talked about, with the people walking on the top upstairs. I didn't have that experience, but I worked with a docent who did. I can't remember who it was. Now, my granddaughter visited me here one day, and I called her last night to get the story. She gave me an entirely different story than the first one, so I have two stories for you. One was, this is a bench from the courthouse. This is a jury bench, and it used to be over here. And she saw a man sitting on that bench. Let's give me all this information. His left arm was down, and he was leaning on a cane. And he was dressed very nicely, black, suit with a vest, a derby. He wasn't scary. She was not frightened, and it's not that she actually saw it. She felt all this. And it was like he was waiting for a court decision. And I said, "Well, Gabby, that's a jury bench." "Oh, it is?" She didn't know that because it came from the courthouse. And like she said, it was what she felt, not what she saw. What she told me, she was sitting here on the bench, and I was here. There's a man with a beard trying to get out of that door and couldn't get out of the door, and it kind of freaked her out. Stuff doesn't bother me, so I've had experiences other places, but it doesn't bother. It's kind of weird when you're here alone on a dark, rainy day.
Oh,
Sure. There's a weird theme over here.
yeah.
We'll see how wide the hall is.
These are all vents above the door, right?
Transoms. They're called transoms. Yeah, vents.
Yeah, you'd open it up and it would let the,
So you can get a whole lot of privacy.
but at least, yeah, then that way you could have the breeze
Cross
without
it,
having
uh-huh.
the door open.
Right.
Okay, I just totally, no kidding, saw shadow. That's what I was waiting for.
It almost looks like they made it out of a wine barrel.
Probably did.
What's going on? What is this Betsy, Debbie? What do you think that goes to?
What?
Basement?
That's a cellar.
Hi, my name is Debbie, and this is Jason and Adam, and we're here today to say hello to you. We heard that you may be wandering around up here. Is there a little child that inhabits this room? I have a recording device in my hand that I'm setting on the floor. And there's a light device that you can come and light the lights. If you're here, even if it's not a child and you're in this room or in this hallway, you can come forward and light the lights or speak into the device that I've got. Does the little girl that lived in this room still come here? Or any adults that stayed in these other rooms here, traveling through the area? I know that the room at the end is Mr. and Mrs. Bernhard's room. Can anybody come and say hello? Can anybody come and light a light? Can you give us a sound on the EVP recorder here? Can anybody give me a yellow light? Let us know that you're here. Can you give us a sound? Where?
Just that.
Can you do it again? Is that you? Can you give us a sound? Adam said he thinks he heard you. Can you do it one more time?
It's the same sound twice. Sounded like almost like a moan.
Maybe we'll get it on
It
the
was faint.
EVP.
I don't know if it was on downstairs.
Can somebody come forward and give us a sound? Did anybody die in this house? If anybody passed on, can somebody give us a light? How about Mr. Bishop? Does Mr. Bishop still come here? And his partner? I forgot your name. Would any of you like to come forward and say hi?
I just heard something in here. Debbie.
I'm coming. I'm picking up the moving around.
I heard it sounded like, you know how you have a squeaky bed and you go to sit down on the bed and it squeaks?
I'm setting this down
That's what I thought I heard.
at the base of the bed. I have a device that's got lights. Mr. Bernhard, Mrs. Bernhard, can you come forward and say hi to us? Would you please give us a light and say hi?
To the tunnel ends right down here.
Then I'll just wait here.
Stay right there. I'm going to do an EVP. This is Jason. the tunnels leading to the winery underneath the house. If there's anybody here that'd like to communicate, please do so by speaking into this recorder that I have in front of me. Is that you, Shonda?
Yeah, it's me, sorry.
Is this where you used to take stuff back and forth from the winery to the building behind the house?
Sorry.
Were there ever any problems underneath these tunnels? Don't be afraid to speak. We're not here to harm any of you. Did you hear that?
Mm-mm.
Were there ever any problems underneath these tunnels? Don't be afraid to speak. We're not here to harm any of you. Did you hear that?
Mm-mm.
Whoa. I just got goosebumps.
I'll tell you what's really creepy is standing up here all by yourself.
I thought I felt something touch my shoulder about a second ago.
I felt something go behind me and tell me to move or go or no or something.
That's the same thing we heard upstairs.
Turn your light out, Shonda.
Hold on. I'm taking pictures. I saw a shadow up here. Orbs like crazy on the dime. Okay.
Hang on, I'm gonna go down further. Alright, I'm standing right where the entrance to the winery is entered, on the other side of this wall here. Now, wall here. Now, feel free to say something if you need to. Anything you would like to relay?
Now that's
Adam.
the kind of a carriage that Charlie Parkhurst was driving. This is a fruit wagon. And over here's a hearse. And that's the doctor's buggy. And then these are farm wagons. Anybody in there?
I'm just doing base readings right now so that later on, if we see spikes in certain areas, we know that it was probably more like electrical.
I don't know much of that out here.
All right, we're paranormal investigators. We're not here to hurt you or run you out of here. We just want to know if you're here and if you'd like to communicate.
Is there anybody here present with us right now? You can come to the devices on the table and let us know if you are here. You can give us a light, or you can come to the recorder. Tell us who you are. And just for the note, that's the lady talking outside to Adam. Can you come and talk to us? We'd like to know who you are. Is there anybody here attached to one of these carriages? Can somebody come forward? Charlie, can you come forward and talk to us? Is Charlie here? How about the doctor that used to run this black carriage here? Or maybe the hearse? Is there anybody here attached to the hearse?
That was me.
Can anybody come forward? We'd really like to know who you are. Oh, thank you. Can you do that again? Can you come forward and give me a yellow light to say hi? Don't be shy. Are you curious as to why we're here?
How was your experience inside the carriage house?
We got a little bit of a hit on the K2 when I asked it if anybody was there. And there was a presence that I felt right in between all of the carriages. There's like a concrete slab in between all of them, but I didn't get a hit on the K2 there, but maybe we'll hear it on the EVP. It was kind of quiet, but I think they're just being quiet because there's very around the hearse and the doctor's buggy, especially the doctor's buggy. So maybe if we come back in a little bit.
Okay, so if there are any spirits up here, either say yes using your voice or knock on the wall twice for yes, knock on the wall once for no. Okay, either there isn't any spirits up here, or you just don't want to say hello. If you are scared or nervous or something, knock on the wall twice for yes, knock on the wall once for no. If you want us to leave, knock on the wall twice for yes, knock on the wall once for no. I want to point out that you should knock on it loudly because considering you're probably in another dimension right now, it's probably going to be hard to hear.
Can you tell us what your name is?
I think I might have heard a whisper, but I'm not a whisper, but I'm not sure. If you're here right now and it's hard to say hello or something like that, try to touch one of us, or at least come and try to come in contact. Maybe knock something over.
This part right here was the place where I had built the tap at. earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. One of the best ways to communicate with us is to either knock on the walls, try to contact us by touching
I
us.
just heard the squeaky noise that they were talking about when somebody sits on a bed.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it right in here.
Mm.
Just went.
Are you tired? You want to sleep? Knock on the wall twice if you want us to leave so I can sleep. Ghosts need to sleep.
Isn't that a musical instrument laying there on the bed? Maybe you could
Yeah.
pluck a string on that.
Do ghosts sleep? It must be new.
No, they don't sleep. I'm wondering where that dinging's coming from.
It's like, why are you sitting on the bed if you don't want to go to sleep?
So they just asked the spirit to touch a musical instrument, and then that was going on.
Piano starts playing. Right, it is heard a piano.
Because the only thing
It's not a
that
piano.
would make a noise like that is
No.
possibly that clock.
If it wasn't a piano, I just heard that it was a musical instrument. Like a harmonica, maybe.
It doesn't have to be a musical instrument. It could be anything that makes noise, like the clock over there. How when it
It's true.
dings.
Smoke. That's what I'm
Same
thinking.
here.
Oh yeah, I know about these things.
Hi, this is Debbie, Jason, Shonda, Jason, Seth, all in the wine processing area. There's a big still and a bunch of barrels. And we were wondering if any spirits were here that might like to come forward and say hi. There are 2 devices here you can speak to or make light up. And if you would like to give us any lights, you can give us a green light, a yellow light. If you're strong enough to put it up to a red, feel free. But is there anybody here right now that would like to come forward and give us their name? Can you make a sound? A thump? Anything? Are any of the workers that were in here still here? Can anybody come forward and say hello? Can you give us any lights on the device? So you tried to light up just a minute ago. Can you give us any lights on the device? So you tried to light up just a minute ago. Can anybody give us any lights right about here? I'm going to set it down right there. Can you go to that device and give us any lights? Is Mr. Bernhard here? Or any of his workers? Does anybody here still like to make wine? You care for the grapes? Can you do that? Come forward and give us some lights. Are there any spirits here that are tied to this land? Or with the green light again? Did you just touch the green light? The K2 meter? Are you one of the workers? What's your name? You have a beautiful home. Thank you for letting us be here and enjoy it. Yeah, this is Debbie, Jason, Marcos, and Adam in the actual winery building, built back in 1874 by Mr. Bernhard. And this is where he did his business from. So Mr. Bernhard, you just talked to us very, very nicely over in the other building there, your processing plant. Are you here with us now? We have the same device with us if you'd like to come to it and give us more lights so that we can communicate with you again. Can you bring us any of your wine? We're walking around, we're kind of thirsty. Are there any spirits here with us? Can you communicate with us? Did you follow us out of the processing room? The apparition that we saw before in the tunnel, who was that? Do you know? Can you make a sound in here? Can anybody come forward and make a sound for us?
What is that?
Electronic thing. It did turn on.
It turned on right when I asked too, didn't it?
Ask him-
That over there?
Yeah, ask him to turn it off.
Can you turn that sound off? Did you turn that on for us?
It's going higher.
Can you actually make that sound go away? Is that you doing that? Can you give us a light? Green for no, yellow for yes. Can you turn that off? Can you do that for us? Or make it go lower? It's hurting my ears. Are you here with us? Can you make that sound stop, please?
He turned it off.
Thank you very much.